how are you doing, Stace?
I have never been better.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I probably have totally been better.
Yeah.
But, I'm good. How about you?
I'm just fucking living the dream. We just touched toes.
Oh, that was weird.
OnlyFans.
Nee, 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 nee.
God damn!
Oh, God.
My husband has gotten my kid to now fucking sock shame me. And he's like, look, she's wearing different colored socks. And I was like, bro. And now my kid makes fun of me for wearing different colored socks or different fucking not matching socks. And
Are you like, you can't drive a car or drink alcohol? Also, you don't even know how to fucking spell.
look how fucking
bitch.
short you are. You have to get me to get the fruit snacks. Stupid. It hurts inside every time he tells me that, like, Mom, we don't even match. And I'm like, fucking nothing up here matches.
Okay, every time he does that, just be like, well, at least I can wipe my own butt.
Ooh, got him.
And he'll be like, I can. And you're going to be like, showy. Prove me. Prove
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
You know, yeah. And then he will. And I'll be like, there's shit all over your hand. You got to wash it now.
Well, he's got practice. Do it on bath night.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have bath nights.
We don't have bath nights. My kids are the piss kids. I'm like,
talked
I
about
think
this.
I can smell them. We should probably give him a bath this month.
Dude, my kid, every time I pick him up, he's like, is tonight bath night? And I'm like, bro, you literally like showered this morning. Like, I don't even know. He's just always wants to be in the bath.
Yeah, my kids do too, but they don't have a bath. They have a shower. It's a whole thing. My kid has to like plug it to be like, look, it's a fucking water level's rising. And I'm like, that's not good. Unplug it.
Well, he loves the shower too. And then he's always like, will you take the shower head down? And I'm like, nope, learn that lesson. I flooded the whole bathroom one time.
Oh, I bet.
Because I just let him go to town. I was like, yeah, bye. Just keep it pointed at the wall. And then
He was like, not going to do that.
Well, he did, but I did not consider that there's like a little
Lip.
yeah, and then like the seal is kind of broken because our shower needs help. But and then I came in or actually Lee came in and he was like, there's fucking water everywhere. And I was like, it's fine. And then I
You're
looked in there, I'm like, it's flooded. It's flooded. Yeah, he flooded that shit.
Oh, that's funny.
You want to give me your goddamn?
Sure, I would love to. So, just the other day, I was at home, and it was a weekend, so I had my children with me and my husband with me. And then my husband was like, I'm going to go to Home Depot. And I was like, deuces, see you never, right?
That's like code for Target. That's like Target for dudes.
It's Target for dudes, yeah. And so it was just about nap time, so then I put the kids down for a nap, and I was like, got it. I'm fucking crushing mom life. And then I was going to go take a shower. So I'll have my fucking 30 minutes of me time.
yeah, I'd like to be clean today.
Yeah. And Brandon called me. So he was on the phone with me. I don't remember why he called me. It's probably just to tell me how much he loves Home Depot.
I thought you were going to say to love you. I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
No. He was probably like, I can't believe I get to go again.
I just wanted to call to tell you that I'm still driving to Home Depot.
Yeah. I don't remember why he called. It was like, I can't find lug nuts. I don't know what he was looking for.
Why the fuck would you buy lug nuts at Home Depot, you noodle?
You noodle. I don't know. But I was on the phone with him, and then I was undressing because I was about to get in the shower.
Oh, hey-o.
Yeah, I know. I was completely naked and, like, about to hop into the shower. But also, like, we talk on the phone in the shower. So, like, I'll put him on speaker sometimes and, like, pop him up there, right? Because we have a little tiny shelf. Fucking shit stays up there.
I can't imagine he hears anything very clearly.
No, he doesn't. And as soon as I do it, he usually wants to get off the phone. And he's a real chatty Cathy. So I'm like, getting in the shower, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not like you need to reply anyway.
Exactly. Like, he's just talking. He doesn't care what I actually think about it. Do you think these 3/4 screws are going to fit? I don't know, man.
Are they galvanized?
Oh, my God.
They better be.
But then, while he was on the phone with me, and I hadn't gotten in the shower yet, but I was completely naked, fucking someone rang our doorbell.
Oh, no.
So-
Well, don't answer that.
No, but my dogs were inside. And if you'll recall, I had just put the fucking kids down for a
Oh,
nap.
son of a bitch.
So I was like, this motherfucker, right? Like, it's just Amazon or something dropping off a package because we get packages all the fucking time. And
Do they come down your driveway for that?
yeah,
God, you should leave them a tip.
I should. Really should. Our Amazon and UPS people are really good.
That's nice.
But I was like, this motherfucker, right? You don't ring the bell. Like, you just drop that shit off and run.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to do that. But they always do. They ring the bell and they fucking run.
Like, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, no. They're just like, it's here.
I'm coming in.
Yeah, but the dogs were going fucking bananas, and it's right next to my kid's room. And so I was like, well, he's obviously awake if he was ever asleep. Like, I had just put him down.
Your dog's barks are like sonic booms.
Oh, my God, they're so
Hanks?
loud.
Not Hank's.
Carl's. Yeah, they're so loud, and they're big and scary. And this motherfucker rang the bell again.
Not 2 times.
2 times. And my
Not
dogs
2
were like
times?
at the door. And so now I'm in like my hallway because I can't go by the door to get the dogs because there's windows on both sides of my fucking door that don't have window curtains or anything on them. And so I'm like literally naked, like, well, what do I do? And so I'm like yelling at the dogs.
You didn't even grab a towel?
No, I didn't grab anything. I don't own a fucking bathrobe, and I didn't grab a towel because I was like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna leave, and so then I like kind of popped into the hallway like, Carl, fucking chill, and then he rang the bell again, and I was like, son of a bitch, and so I was like trying to whisper yell at the dogs like, fucking get out of here, right? Like, because I don't want to be like Carl, so that the guy hears me and be like, oh, she's home, she's clearly coming.
Keep knocking.
Yeah, so I was like trying to whisper yell at him, and Carl kept looking at me like, but there's a motherfucker out here, like, I don't understand. And so he kept looking at me and then looking back at the guy like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up right now.
Mom, I'm pretty sure your judgment is off on this one.
Don't worry, you
I'm gonna
don't
jump in.
look armored right now. You look rather vulnerable. I'll take care of this. That's
You
what's
look
going
like
through his
maybe
head.
what he's after.
Yeah, this seems like a sketchy situation. And this motherfucker rang the bell again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was
Were you
like, are you
I will
kidding me?
fucking kill you. There's nothing worse than waking up a child from a nap. From a mother's perspective, you're
Yeah.
like, this is how you die.
Yeah. So then at this point, I'm like, this motherfucker. So then I run into the bathroom and like fucking grab a towel or whatever. Like, I guess I'm going to answer the door like the start of a fucking porno, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Did somebody order pizza?
Except it was like Sunday, so I didn't have makeup or anything on, and it wasn't going to be a beautiful sight. I have bruises everywhere. The guy was going to be like, "Never mind, I know you're ready, but I'm not." But then Brandon was like, "Because we're still on the phone," and I'm like, "This motherfucker won't leave." And,
I love that Brandon's like listening to all this too.
he was and the ring was going off on his phone, and so he's like, it keeps going off like he's ringing the bell, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm well aware he's ringing the fucking bell."
I'm in here.
Yeah, and then Brandon was like, "Do you want me to get on and like tell him to leave?" And I was like, "Yes, obviously, because you're a man." And
Yeah.
so then you can be like, "Hey, well, I'm totally home right now.
Yeah.
Go away."
I'm here, but I just refuse to answer the door.
Exactly.
I'm indisposed.
Yeah, and so then Brandon answered it, and it was like a USPS guy, and it was certified mail for reasons, and
Ooh,
it was
sounds
it was important.
mystical.
It wasn't for me at all. Don't worry, but someone I know was getting served. And,
shit.
Well, they weren't getting served because that comes from a cop. I know that now.
Oh God.
But it was a thing, and so my husband was like, well, the guy was like, I can just sign it for you if you give me your like first initial and last name. And Brandon was like, fuck yeah. And so then the guy did that and left. But my whole story is that I really need to invest in a bathrobe. That's where that ended.
You need the long flowy murder robe. We've talked about this.
I know.
That would have been perfect.
Except that those are mostly see-through. So I'd be like,
It's
don't
true.
mind these nips.
It's true. I'm sorry. Where do I sign? Should I use my nipple?
And then they'd be like, this is definitely a porn, right? No,
And
sir.
they'd be afraid for no, sir.
Not in this house.
They'd be afraid of their safety. They're like, is this a trap? This looks like a trap.
Right? Why did they have a certified letter come to this house on this day?
Oh my God.
was ready.
She knew it. She knew it.
Yeah.
Do you
Anyway.
want to hear my goddamn?
Yeah?
I've been so excited to tell you because I want your opinion.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so it's really not that exciting, but it is for me. It feels life-changing. I went to the dentist recently, and I was like, hey, I would like a consultation for aligners because I don't want to be fucking bucktooth anymore.
Okay. Didn't know you were a bucktooth. Guess I don't look at you that close.
That's what Lee said. Lee was like, you legit cannot tell that your teeth are crooked because I waited forever to get my wisdom teeth taken out, and I could feel my teeth starting to crowd, and then like my 2 front teeth kind of went in weird, and I don't like them. Whatever. I just wanted to get aligners. So I was like, I would like a consultation for that shit. And she was like, I will refer you to somebody.
Are you doing it?
So I went to somebody today, and at first they were like, "Oh, you're a great candidate for aligners, whatever." Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
Like,
took
barely have a problem.
Oh my God, they took all the, right? I was like, this will only take a couple months, no big deal. And I can do that working from home. I'll talk stupid, I don't care. So
It's just gonna hurt.
So they took all these crazy pictures where I had to like put those, you know, the game that we play with the whatever. And so I had to like pull my face apart to like get all my teeth, right? And then all these jaw pictures and all these like fucking gyrating scopes around my head. So we did all this, and then I go sit down, and right away the orthodontist walks in, and it was kind of like, I really like the place. Everybody was very nice, but like they took me on a quote tour of the place, and it was literally like,
and here's our back office.
Yeah, and they were like, we have a bay seating, and I'm like, oh, you have a bay seating because rent is expensive, and like everybody, like there's just all the chairs in one room, and that's where you get like your shit fitted on. And then I told Lee that, and he was like, my orthodontist was like that. So maybe it's just standard. But anyway, but then the lady kept saying, she was the office manager, which she was really cool because in the end, she started talking shit about certain things. And I was like, oh, I like her.
Ooh.
But not about like the office, but like just in life. Like she was very, whatever, she was fun. But she was like, she kept calling him doctor, like doctor's working on something over there.
Doctor.
Yeah. And then she was like, doctor spared no expense on technology. And I was like, am I about to be skinned alive? Like, this is really weird.
In a porn.
Yeah. And then all the
teacher,
like the receptionist and the office manager, they matched. Like they had the exact same sweater on. And then they had pictures all over of them like smiling together like a happy family, and they were all matching. And I was like, it's not like they're wearing scrubs that match. It was like I got this sweater at Target.
It's like Stepford fucking.
Oh my God,
shit.
yes. And then the lady was super nice, but it was like now I'm kind of like, whoa, okay, doctor. And then so doctor comes in, and he looks.
Did he introduce himself as doctor? Or
No, he didn't even. He was like really chill and laid back, right?
Yeah.
So he comes in, and I'm like, oh, I like this guy. He looks kind of familiar, and I don't know why he looks familiar, but I have a mask on. I think he had a mask on too. We all had fucking masks on. I can't imagine he was just cruising around without one. And so we're like, I'm thinking like, okay, he looks kind of familiar. And they just like lay out the picture of all of my teeth on the table because I'm getting my consultation, right? And so he goes, Stacy? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, are you Stacy is what he said. And I said, I'm Stacy, and here are my teeth. This is so weird. And he was like, you look really familiar.
Oh, no.
I know. And I was like, oh, no, I was thinking the same thing. But of course, in those situations, you never say that.
I say it every time, and then I'm like, I wish I hadn't said that.
I know. Actually, to be honest, I do too. And this is the one time that I was like, not today, motherfucker, because I'm getting some weird vibes over here, and I don't want to be skinned alive.
Doctor.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't know how you can tell because you can only see my eyes and above. But
yeah. Is that what you said?
No. I was just like, oh, really weird. And then, so anyway, so they does the consultation, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, I think it'll be great. And then he started looking at all my fucking things. It's like my skull was on the screen, and they were like twisting it around and doing all these measurements or whatever. And he goes, oh, actually.
I know these incisors.
He's like, actually, if we do, like, your teeth are so crowded on the bottom that I will have to like shave your fucking teeth down or something in order to get them to fit. You need. I have like a narrow jaw. I have a teeny tiny jaw. And he's like, I don't like this jaw. It's very unfavorable.
It's a T-shaped jaw.
I can't remember all the words he said, but basically he was like, your jaw's too fucking small. If we do Invisalign or whatever, they were very specific. These are not Invisalign. They're aligners. Okay, so
Invisalign is like a brand, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, if we do these aligners, then it won't work. Like, we could try, but your teeth are too crowded at the bottom. Like, they'll get a little straighter, but it's really not the right thing that you should be doing. This is my recommendation. If you hate it, you don't have to take it. We can do the aligners. You'll get it. You know, your teeth will get as straight as we can, and we'll be done with that. But I recommend that you do braces because they'll separate your teeth more. Like, we can shape your jaw, basically. And he was, like, pointing out all the shit that needs to happen. And I was like, what? And he was like, smile. See, 80% of your front teeth and 120% of your back teeth. I don't even know. He was doing some fucking...
His math doesn't add up, doctor.
He was doing a lot of calculations. And I was like, wow, I don't even know half these words. But he was like, I understand if you hate that idea, but what we can do is kind of like a duel. Like, we'll start off with the braces until your teeth are far enough apart and like your jaw is shaped, and then we can go to aligners. But there's like an extra charge or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, now I'm not hating the idea of braces because I want it done right. Like, I don't want you to shave my teeth off to make it fit.
No.
Like, that sounds terrible.
You have like skinny-ass teeth.
Yeah, and I'm like, honestly, my teeth aren't that bad. So it's not like I'm going to be in braces forever, right? And so I was like, okay, you're kind of selling me on this. Like, let's see, whatever. Like, let's do that path. And he's like, who knows? Maybe you get the braces and you're like, hey, this isn't so bad. And you just leave them and we don't ever have to deal with them. But at least you have the option to go to aligners. And I'm like,
It's
okay.
just on the bottom teeth?
No, it's on both of them. Both
No!
top and bottom. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's fucking do this. And so they scheduled me for Tuesday. And Lee,
You're getting braces?
I came home. Yes, I'm getting braces. I don't know. I still have time to bail because
Lisa needs braces.
I still have time to bail because I came home and I told Lee this and he was like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Like, braces are hell. They're awful, whatever. Like, he hated his.
Of course. Everyone hates them.
He had like a lot of weird shit in his mouth too, like a bar and rubber bands or whatever.
Everyone has those.
Like the bar?
Yeah.
He had the bar thing. You get the bar thing?
I had it.
I don't know if I want that.
Nobody wants them. That's what they're going to have to do to you. That's how they space it out, is from the back. And they put that bar in that pushes all the shit forward.
Oh, no. Like this bar, though. Like between your mouth.
Oh, he had the rubber bands?
No, it was a bar.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It was like hydraulics in his mouth.
No, I didn't have that.
Okay. Yeah, he was like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I was like, well, what would you do if you were me? And he's like, well, I don't want to influence you. And I'm like,
I don't want to influence you, but I wouldn't do that if I were you.
well, I get where he's coming from. He's trying to be nice and like support me, but I'm also like, but what would you do? Like if you were in my position? And he's like, your teeth are fine. Like nobody notices. And I'm like, yeah, but I've always like they've bothered me since I've been an adult because they were fine as a child, whatever. But my front teeth are the ones that bother me. Mm-hmm. So I was like, now I'm finally in a position that I could fix them. And also I don't have to be around anybody. Like,
yeah.
I'm just going to do it.
COVID, bro.
Yeah, I'm just going to fucking do it. And then I can choose. Like,
how long is the prognosis?
So he was like 15 months. And I was like, Jesus Christ, my teeth aren't even that bad.
No.
Like, how come it's 15 months?
I'd get a second opinion.
Maybe I should. But like I said, he was like, your teeth could move really fast. And then, we could trade them out in like 3 months or whatever. I won't know until like I see what your teeth are doing. But I would shoot for like, he estimated like 9 to or maybe it was 12 to 16 or something.
Yeah.
And like 15 was in the middle.
I don't know. I had braces for fucking 6 years of my life.
Why? Why 6 years?
Because my dentist had to pay off his boat. I don't know. Because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
They were fine after like 2 years or something. And then they'd be like, oh, you have like a whatever. Like, we got to fix this. It was literally, they went straight within like 6 months. And then they didn't take them off for like, 5.5 more years.
Yeah. Well, now you're making me question it. Because I was like, I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid and do it. And then like when I have to go back in office, I'll do the aligners or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm like, this fucking sucks, I'm over it, I hate them, I just want to go to aligners, then I'll just pay the fucking extra, whatever that is, to do that because I just want to do like the right thing. Like I don't want to try to do aligners and then it's all fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I'm in like this weird state here where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I've been wanting to like straighten my teeth anyway. Yeah. And it's the only really way the right way to do it. And like the vain part of me is like, oh my God, don't do it. It's going to be terrible. It's going to
hurt.
Yeah, that's what Lee said. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you're fucking moving your teeth. And I was like, is it really that bad? And he's like, yeah, it's awful.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
I don't want to do it.
But you'll be fine. It's only like a day or two after they like tighten them, remove them or whatever. And then your fucking mouth gets used to it. And you're like, wow, that sucked. But like for those first couple days after, you're like, I'm just going to eat soup. And then you're like, is there fucking soup stuck in my braces? I remember I cried the whole first day after I got my braces because it hurt so bad and I couldn't eat anything. And then I was eating ramen and I had that bar behind my teeth. And so I couldn't figure out how to fucking make my mouth work with that for some reason. And it sucked. But you always get ice cream. I'll take you for ice cream. Every time we get them tightened, you get ice cream.
Lee was like, because Lee was trying to talk me out of it. And I was like, I already scheduled the appointment, but I can still back out. Like, I haven't signed any contracts or anything.
Yeah.
But to me, in my head, I was like, I just want to rip off the Band-Aid and get it over with, whatever, I'll deal with it. And then he was
Now is the time. It's fucking COVID.
Yeah, but he was like, talk to Aaron about it. Because he's like, I will support you, but don't do it. But I'm just guessing he doesn't want to see me with braces.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Like, can you imagine? I am 33 years old.
It'll be fine.
With braces, giving a blowy.
You're going to get pubes stuck in it.
Oh, gross.
I wasn't given blowies when I had my braces, so I never had experience
Well, you know
that.
how it goes if that's what happens. Oh my God.
Oh man.
I don't know what I'm doing, guys. So if anybody out there has fucking adult braces, will you please come give me advice? I'm so scared.
Tell her she's beautiful and that it's fine and it really hasn't affected your life negatively in the following ways.
Yeah, talk me out of it very quickly because this comes out on Sunday and I'm getting it in 2 days. So Please.
Anyway,
Okay.
would you like to hear about some murder?
I would.
Okay, well, it is my turn to tell you a fucking murder story here on episode 126.
Okay. 126.
126, ladies and gents. So I am going to tell you about Melanie McGuire.
Okay.
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 Melanie was born October 8th, 1972. She grew up in New Jersey, and she went to Rutgers University.
Okay.
She double majored in math and psychology and graduated in 1994.
She's smart.
Yeah.
That sounds hard.
real fucking smart.
Yeah.
According to her bestie, Melanie was always in a relationship and had some fucking self-esteem issues.
Oh, man. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Where she was basically like, anybody who liked her, she was like, fuck yeah. Like, she wasn't real particular in the guy. It was like those kind of self-esteem issues, you know?
Uh-oh. She gonna pick a bad one.
Well, that sometimes led to infidelity because she was like a serial fucking relationshipist. And so she'd be in a relationship and some other guy would be like, hey, I think you're hot. And she'd be like, fuck yeah, let's do this, right?
Oh. Okay. She homie hopping.
She homie hopping for sure. So there was some kind of infidelities going on.
Infidelities.
Infidelities.
Murders.
I was like, wireless infidelity? So in the summer of 1993, Melanie worked at a restaurant where she met William T. McGuire,
Okay.
who called himself Bill.
But everyone knew him
As
by
William.
Nancy.
Oh. I mean, that works too. But yes. This is literally what I sang to myself as I typed it. So she meets Bill, right?
Uh-huh.
Bill was born in September of 1964, so he is like 8-ish years older than Melanie, right?
Okay.
He was in the United States Navy, and he was separated from his first wife, but not quite divorced yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And also, he had a girlfriend named Kathy,
Oh, shit.
Okay.
A side B?
a side piece.
Oh,
But also, his wife was like, we're done. Like, they were separated.
Okay. Oh, okay. You know, in my brain, I was like, oh, I heard that last name. They're going to hook up.
Oh, McGuire.
Yeah.
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 That was good. That was
Yeah.
a good connection you had there.
Yeah.
Really pieced it together.
So when I heard, and he also had another girlfriend, I was like, this bitch. But Melanie?
Melanie is our main
hasn't
character.
met yet. You're about to tell
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Okay,
They
okay,
just
okay,
met.
okay.
And
my brain did some things.
don't worry. Don't worry. They just met. He's got a girlfriend and also not quite divorced from his first wife.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, not that scandalous.
Not quite. But when Melanie started working at this restaurant, Bill didn't like her. He thought that she had an attitude.
Ew.
And was snobby.
Okay, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Tone it down.
Yeah, tone it down, Bill.
Yeah.
But apparently then she was invited to Kathy, his girlfriend's like birthday party or something. And then she was like, she made her a fucking cake and like went all out because she was like, fuck yeah, I love people. And
I love cake.
I love cake and I love you and I'm just such a nice person. And then after she did that for Kathy, Bill was like, well, she's kind of all right. Like he kind of started to change his tune, right?
Okay, all right.
But at the time, before all that, Melanie was like, well, fuck you too then, right?
Yeah.
Call the cops.
I'll kill you and them loud ass motherfucking bag of ducks.
You have to do it.
I'm like a one-trick pony. Oh, God.
Okay, so Melanie also had a boyfriend. So she was dating a guy who worked at the restaurant as well, right?
Ooh.
It's
okay.
like Waiting. Have you seen
Yeah,
that movie
yeah.
where everybody's fucking everybody?
Have I seen that movie?
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Yeah.
But it was kind of that. It was like that kind of vibe. Everybody's fucking having a good time, right?
Yeah. Working
And
at shenanigans.
and her boyfriend and Bill actually ended up moving in together. Mm-hmm. And so since Melanie,
Roomies.
yeah. So since Melanie was dating this other guy, she was often over at their apartment, right? And sometimes the boyfriend would be like, hey, I'm about to get off, meet me at the house. And so she'd go over there, but then the boyfriend would be late or he'd end up working another shift or whatever. And so then sometimes he just wouldn't show up at all. So she ended up spending a lot of time with Bill. And since they had gotten over their little fucking animosity towards each other, they started fucking fooling around.
Oh, they started fucking.
So this bitch really homie hopping.
Yeah, no joke.
And they're both now cheating on their significant others.
Okay,
With each
listen,
other.
I'm sure this isn't going to go well, but I just want to go out there and say it's pretty fucking shitty thing to do.
Oh, it's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
You shouldn't cheat on people. That's fucked up.
It's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I concur. I'm on your side. You don't
Just
have to
wanted
go
to
on
state
that
my
limb.
opinion since I'm allowed to do that here.
Yeah. We have those. They're strong. So, obviously, their fucking other halves found out. Like, her boyfriend, who is living with Bill,
Yeah.
found out.
What a risky thing to do. Like, what if they came home? That's literally why you're there, because they're supposed to be there.
You just hop off and be like, sorry, it was just bench warming for you. I don't know.
I literally used all the theirs in that sentence. While you were replying to that, I was thinking if I used all the theirs. I just wanted you to know what was happening in my head.
That's literally why they're there. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
So they find out, but now, like, she's already got a fucking drawer over at the apartment, right?
Yeah.
It's easy for her to just hop on over to this new relationship with Bill,
Oh my God, how awkward.
move your
Are
shit from one room to another room.
Are they still going to be roomies?
I guess
I
they were
wouldn't.
for a little bit. I don't know.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Be like, it's really awkward to go to your house.
Yeah, like, I
Can
don't want
you
to see
come to
my
mine?
ex every time.
Ugh.
It's not. It's not.
Eskimo brothers.
Ew. What's it like? Okay, so now they're an official couple.
Okay, yes.
And Melanie went on to a nursing school, and she graduated second in her class in 1997.
Oh, nice. Second. Damn.
Hell
She's
yeah.
really smart.
She was really smart. And she got a job as a nurse in a fertility clinic.
Oh, cool.
Okay?
Uh-oh. I don't know. It's just like these stories. You have
somebody's gonna die, but you don't know who.
Well, and then also you have like a history in your storyline where like, they just work with fucking DNA and then smear DNA all over a goddamn crime scene.
That's true.
She got jizz everywhere.
Put that in your fucking memory bank.
Just throwing eggs on the floor. It must have been a woman who was menstruating.
Like,
This
way
fertile
more than
egg is
any
on the
woman ever
floor.
should. Way more than any woman ever should.
This fertile egg is on the floor. Oh,
Oh
God.
my God. Ew. Okay, so Bill got a job as a computer analyst.
Oh, cool.
I have to think about that word every time I say it.
Analyst.
Every time I'm like, don't, analyst. Got it. Crushed
Well, I
it.
wish you wouldn't have said that because that's literally my job title. And now I'm going to think of that.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Because every time you
Analyst.
say it, I think that too. Like, you're just an analyst.
It's true. Part of my job. Got to be pretty anal.
You ain't wrong. So they get married a couple years later in 1999. And they end up having 2 boys who are aged 3 and 5 years old at this point in our timeline now,
Okay.
which is April of 2004.
Perfect.
Melanie is 34 years old and Bill is 39. They've been married for 5 years and they're making fucking money moves to
Ooh.
buy a house together.
Ooh. Ooh. Going big.
And in fact, they fucking closed on the loan for a house. Not like they didn't close on a house, but they closed on like a fucking mortgage, I guess. Like, don't worry about it. We got the money. We're going to totally get that later.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For $450,000 on April 28th, 2004.
God damn. Actually, that was like when the market was booming, right? Like everything was really expensive.
Expensive.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Everything was really expensive. So that was probably just like an average house.
I think it was like an average house.
Where were they living?
New Jersey.
Oh, I don't know the prices there. In California, that probably would have been like a fucking steal on a house
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
at that time.
So yeah, they were fucking, and also they're just gonna buy a house. Like, they're about to have a good fucking life together, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's on April 28th. And the very next day, in the early morning hours of April 29th, which was a Thursday,
To be exact.
Melanie and Bill got in a fight.
Uh-oh.
And according to Melanie, Bill slapped her in the face so hard that she believed she would have broken her cheek if it had been a closed fist. So,
Okay.
good thing it was an open hand.
Okay.
And he also attempted to choke her with a dryer cloth.
Oh, no. What's a dry... Like one of the static cling things?
Yeah, I think it's one of the static cling things.
Oh.
I saw another article that was like he shoved it in her mouth, and I was like, that makes more sense. I saw another article that was
makes me
like
uncomfortable.
he tried to strangle her with it, and I was like, not with a dryer cloth. Like, that's
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think, because I could tear those apart, but sometimes maybe you get like a good, and you know how like when you go to rip it and you're like, ow, I think it cut my skin.
yeah. If you like twist them right, you can really get it. But they're not long enough to strangle a person.
practical.
So I think he probably shoved it in her mouth.
That's
maybe to try and
gross.
choke her.
Why
I
would
don't know.
you do that?
Maybe she was talking a lot.
That's
Run
a
your mouth,
weird
you know?
thing.
It's a really weird thing.
Run your mouth. Ugh, can you imagine the taste?
Do you think it was already dried?
Well, I would hope so. Have you ever just tried to pull one out of the box?
Yeah, I do it every time successfully.
Oh. Show off.
Do you have a problem with
Yeah, I
it?
grab like 18 and I'm like, I just wanted one. Like if I grab it by the flap and pull it, then like 10 come out.
What?
What kind do you use?
Tide.
Oh, I use Bounce.
Well, that's
Tide?
your problem.
Tide has them?
I think so. It's an orange box.
So is Bounce.
Oh, maybe it's Bounce. Maybe
Bounce,
you just have
Bounce,
sticky
Bounce.
fingers.
Okay, but what I was going to say is then sometimes, because you know how it's like a corner, so like you can see all of them stacked up on the side, then sometimes I just try to grab one little tiny fold and then I get like 18 again and I'm like, I just want one fucking dryer sheet.
I've never tried to grab from the side because I'm like, well, that's obviously going to end up with 18. So I always grab from the little flap on top. And as long as you just fucking do this.
Yeah, pull it, like
Yeah.
string your fingers along. Okay, listen, I do that. And if you go slow enough, sure. But if I'm trying to strangle somebody really quick, I'm going to be like, "Pfft, fucking magician scarf.
The only
Then
time
you could probably get enough to choke somebody.
the only time that I've ever gotten like more than one is when you're at the very end and there's like fucking 6 left. And you're like, gotta shake them.
Yeah. I bet it was already dried.
Anyway. So Melanie was obviously like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah.
this is unacceptable.
You can't put that in my mouth.
Yeah.
Hard roll.
She only has a few. That's one of them.
Yeah.
But she looked down and she sees her little 3-year-old boy. And she was like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm afraid for him now because Bill's getting all violent over here. And so she grabs the little boy and she like scuttles back into the bathroom and closes and locks the door. Like locks her and her boy in the bathroom, right?
Okay. Was Bill ever violent before? Like, do they have a history of violence?
I saw one thing that said like they kind of had like a tumultuous relationship where they would like fight and make up and like fight and break up and then make up and whatever, but like there would be yelling. But I don't think he was like violent.
Like physically?
Yeah, I think there was one time where he pushed her, but she was kind of like coming at him, and so he like pushed her away. So I don't really know for sure.
Okay.
And that was coming from her mom, who was like, I mean, she was kind of egging it on.
Oh my God, I feel like that's going to be me ever, like with my kid. Like, I mean, he's kind of being a dick. So I don't know
saw
if you want to interview me for this as a witness character.
He deserved to get punched in the mouth for what he said.
I said witness character.
Witness character, you know. So she's locked in the bathroom with her son now, right?
Okay.
And then, according to Melanie, Bill said that he was leaving and that she could tell her children they didn't have a father.
Whoa, dramatic much?
Super dramatic.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
And then he left the house, and that was the last time that Melanie saw him.
Okay.
Okay.
Sketch.
Now, I'm not sure who alerted the police that Bill was fucking missing, but since he left the home early morning on a Thursday, I'm assuming maybe his job was like,
Where's Bill?
You're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
We have a fucking hard in at 9. I don't know.
I guess I'll bypass it this one time.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming it's probably his job. It was like, hey, he didn't fucking come in, whatever, right? Either way, the police are notified. And so they go to Melanie and she's like, that's fucking crazy. No way. Like, he always comes back. We had a fight, obviously, and he left, but he always comes back. So, like, I don't know why he wouldn't be at work, right? And so the cops were like, okay, well, do you have any idea where he might have gone? And she said that he actually had a gambling problem.
Oh, hey-o, let's talk about those vices.
And so he might be at one of his favorite casinos out in Atlantic City, which is
Okay.
like an hour and a half from their house, right? Or an hour and a half from New Jersey proper, which I Googled. I don't know what their actual
okay.
address was. So she told the police to check out the fucking casinos in Atlantic City, right?
Yeah.
And wouldn't you fucking believe it? They found his car there, parked at a Flamingo casino.
Oh, how convenient.
How bizarre. And the cops were like, fucking super duper. There's security cameras there. We're totally going to be able to see who fucking got out of his car. Like, if he got out of his car, if he was with anybody, whatever, right?
Super duper. I've waited that whole time to do that.
I saw your face and I was like, she has something important to add.
It's really not important at all. Okay, so they're going to check out security footage.
Yeah.
They're
and
on
then
it.
Exactly. And then Melanie was like, hold on.
Oh, but don't do that.
Because here's the thing.
Oh, Melanie.
I was actually looking for his car after he had taken off because, like, I was trying to find him because, you know, he always comes back. But, like, this time he wasn't coming back. And so I was looking for it and I found his car. I saw his car. And so then I decided to park it at the casino, like take it from where he had it. I decided to move it to the casino to like fuck with him. And she's like, don't worry, I know it sounds super suspicious, but like that's not at all what it is. It's literally like we do this to each other all the time when we're mad. It's kind of like a prank, bro.
What?
Yeah.
I don't believe you for 1 minute. Also, that's a lot of work for a prank. For somebody you're mad at.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of work for a prank.
A lot of work. Like if anything, I don't even know if anything. Like,
No,
I don't even know
there's
what
no
I would do.
if anything. She's
No.
lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so
Okay.
the cops were like, well, that's fucking suspicious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they decided to check the cameras, obviously.
Duh. They're like, oh, never mind. Okay, we don't have to look.
Oh, we don't have to look because it's
I'll
you?
take you for
So
your word.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, but also, she wasn't like, I don't know, I definitely found his car parked over here, and then I parked it at this casino. That's where his car is. She was just like, maybe you should check the casinos.
Yeah, that's what makes me think she for sure did it.
Yeah, a little weird, right?
Yeah.
So they checked the cameras, and it turns out that they're super grainy, and you couldn't actually see who got out of the car.
So she just outed herself for no reason?
But they were able to pull records from Melanie's Easy Pass, which,
Oh.
if you don't know what that is, it's like a little thing that you shove up in your windshield that like automatically
roads?
pays tolls for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't
Yeah.
have to stop because over on the East Coast, they have that shit fucking
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Easy Pass thing said that she had driven to Atlantic City after Bill went missing
Okay.
in her car, which if she went and moved his car,
Makes sense.
she would have to have her car there as well to like fucking get back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But-
or to get there.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the more suspicious part is that Melanie had called the company to try and get those charges taken off.
Oh, that is suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah.
weird.
And when the police confronted her about it, she was like, well, obviously I tried to get them taken off because I knew it would look super suspicious and you guys would get the wrong idea. So, like, I tried to just jump ahead of that.
What the fuck?
And the cops were like, fucking no. Like,
Yeah. That's like
no.
the
And
worst
she's like,
idea.
Well, now you have the wrong idea anyways. Like, it didn't work.
Okay, Alexis.
So, fucking suspicious number 2, right?
Yeah.
Or like 3.
She's
now.
racking them up.
Yeah. And then on May 5th, 2004, a man was out fishing in the Chesapeake Bay.
Oh no, he's going to find Bill.
And he's by this little bridge tunnel thing. And he finds a suitcase in the water.
Oh my God, in a
And
suitcase?
he's like, what is that, Kenneth Cole? Fucking score. It was a Kenneth Cole suitcase.
Oh, I was like, well, who the fuck is Kenneth Cole? And why don't we just call him Ken?
He finds a Ken suitcase. And he opens
There's
it.
Eddie.
Exactly. Oh my God. So he opens it and he finds 2 legs from the knees down.
Just the legs?
Just the legs.
Oh my God.
And he was like, oh fuck, this suitcase is ruined.
Did you write this in your notes?
Yes. I told you I was in a mood when I was writing my notes. They're all going to get worse from here.
This suitcase is ruined. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Never gonna get the stench out.
Exactly. And so he calls the cops who are like, fucking got it. These are definitely human legs. Great insight, Erin.
Thank God they called the cops to confirm.
I don't know why this is so funny to me now.
Oh, these are definitely human. Yeah.
This is my next bullet. We're going to
You
go
know
ahead
what?
and take these in as evidence.
Oh my God. You're like, we're gonna have to get a specialist out here because I can't confirm these are human.
What are those, toes? I don't know. Okay, so the cops are like, thanks for these. We'll try and piece these with a person, right?
We'll try to find a rightful owner.
We're going to piece this puzzle together.
Yeah.
So then, just a few days after that, they tow Bill's car to the impound lot because now he's like definitely missing, right?
Yeah.
And his car was abandoned at the casino.
Flamingo.
Yeah. And so they're like, we can tow that away now, right? Mm-hmm. And then,
This is evidence.
yeah, this is Exhibit A.
Let's process this shit.
Exactly. And then on May 11th, 2004, a student was out bird watching on an island, Fisherman's Island.
Why are you judging?
What, that he's bird watching?
Yeah, you're like, bird watching?
I mean, he was out bird watching. I don't know. He was getting high on an island.
Is that what was really happening?
Probably, man. It's fucking, I don't know. He's a student and he's like by himself on this island. It was bird watching. Okay.
Yeah.
What, the herons? Seagulls? Get out of here. He finds a suitcase that was washed ashore on this little Fisherman's Island thing, which is off of Virginia's eastern shore, right?
Okay.
And he was like, sweet, free suitcase.
Was it also a Kenneth Cole?
It was also a Kenneth Cole. It was part of a matching set.
Of course it was. It was like the nesting one.
Mm-hmm.
You would use the biggest one for the legs, maybe the torso. Let's see where this is going to go.
So this is the biggest one, actually.
Okay.
And when
I like that you know that.
I do. The previous one was the middle, or the like middle one.
Yeah.
This one is the biggest one, and it contained a head and a torso.
She put them together?
Yeah. Wow. And he was like,
Wait, did she just leave the head on the torso? I
No.
realize that this is very insensitive, all these questions I'm asking.
asking. It is insensitive, but I will help you out with no, they were separate but together.
Seems like an unnecessary step, unless it wouldn't fit.
I mean, maybe she didn't know beforehand that she was going to put him in a suitcase.
Oh my God. Now I'm just thinking of her chopping up a body and sizing it for a suitcase. This is weird.
These ones are going to definitely have to go in the bigger suitcase. So the kid's like, fucking body parts, right?
That's got to be terrifying because I'm assuming it's been submerged in water for some time. How long?
From April 28th-ish, well, 29th-ish to May 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a long time to be in water, so there's some weird shit that happens.
yeah.
Were they in bags?
So some of them had bags inside of the suitcases, like, but not everything was bagged.
Okay.
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 So the cops come and they're like, thanks, we'll take it from here, right?
Yeah, well, weird. We got legs from this other place.
Yeah, maybe this nesting doll set of suitcases goes together,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. And then on May 16th, a guy that was out boating found a third suitcase
Oh, no.
in this matching Kenneth Cole fucking set. And this one
Is it like the one you carry by the handle and it's like a weird oval shape and you are always like, I'll try to shove my blow dryer in there?
I don't know. I didn't actually see a picture of this one. I saw a picture of a different one. Ooh. And this one was the smallest one, though. And it contained the rest of a person, which is like arms and thighs, right?
Oh, did you say knees down?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I thought so, too. That's why I mentioned it.
I was picturing the full set of legs.
Like bent.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, that's a get. No, it was knees down. I don't know why.
Huh.
So now they have a whole person.
Oh my God.
In
That's
3
gotta
different
be
suitcases.
the worst thing to find. Like, how fucking traumatic.
Yeah, that would suck. Also, imagine being the second guy, the student who was just out bird watching.
Well, I feel like he got the worst one because, like, the torso, I'm assuming, has, like, genitals and shit attached. So you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, probably. I don't think I'd want to see a head that's been fucking bloated and stuff.
Yeah, like, at least arms and legs, you're like, maybe they lived.
I mean, he probably just didn't need these. He's diabetic.
Or you can, like, disassociate it a little bit more from, like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're human, but like, you know, I don't know. I don't know why I have that weird line in my head that I'm just learning about myself right now.
Yeah.
You learn so much about yourself.
You really do in this podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then on May 21st, police made a composite sketch of what the person looked like based on their face. That they pulled out of the suitcase. This is quality journalism right here.
It's top notch.
And they put that out to the public to see if anyone recognized the guy, right?
Okay.
Now, Chesapeake Bay is fucking not in New Jersey. I don't know what state it's actually in.
I think Virginia.
It is
Maybe
Virginia.
Maryland.
No, it's Virginia.
And
I said it
Maryland
earlier.
altogether. Virginia.
I said it earlier. It's Virginia.
Because I grew up in Virginia, and I remember we used to always get crab from Chesapeake Bay. I can talk.
You can do this.
Blue crab. My name is somebody blue crab.
Delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, so she lives in New Jersey. So the body's found out in Virginia. Mm-hmm. West. Mm-hmm. Okay?
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
Okay.
Okay. So they get a call. The police get a call like fucking that day from a lady named Susan Rice who was like, yo, that looks just like my husband's bestie and Navy buddy, William McGuire.
Uh-oh.
She lived out in Virginia.
What are the fucking odds?
What are the fucking odds that she just like fucking turned on her local news and they were like, anyway, in local news, this guy washed up. Anybody know him? And she was like, fucking yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And so the cops were like, cool, now we have
We've
an
identified
ID.
him.
And they
Yeah.
also have hands to be like, and also these are his fingerprints.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
good.
Oh my God.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Meanwhile, that same day, Melanie was like, man, Bill must have been really mad this time because he's not coming back. And so she filed for divorce.
Okay. Weird thing to do if your husband's missing.
I thought so too. And it's only been a month.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah. And she doesn't know that, like, his body's been found in
Yeah.
a different state or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
that we're all on to her.
Turns out, Bill had been shot twice in the torso. He was shot with a .38 caliber handgun using wad cutter bullets,
Oh, yeah.
which are apparently unusual because they're made for shooting at paper targets. But
Okay.
I don't know. It's odd.
They cut
right?
wads.
They cut wads out of paper.
Yeah.
But also they'll cut wads out of people because they're
Turns
still
out.
bullets.
Yeah. Yeah. Turns out still bad.
Yeah, they still suck.
They will put a shot right through you.
But I guess they just have like a flat front. I don't know what the benefit is with paper. Maybe they're like,
Blows out a bigger hole.
yeah, I think so. Probably cuts out a fucking wad.
Probably.
Instead of like a point that you can't see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
At any rate, unusual, right?
Yeah.
And so since Bill had been shot, obviously police were like, well, since Melanie is fucking suspect number one because she's the spouse, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if she even had access to a gun. And so they fucking start looking around in New Jersey's fucking database and they're like, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
And then they were like, well, let's check surrounding states, right? Mm-hmm. And as it turns out, she had bought a gun just 2 days before Bill went missing.
Was it with wad cutter bullets?
She bought it in Pennsylvania because apparently gun laws are more lax there and they don't have as much of a waiting time. She did have wad cutter bullets and it was a .38 caliber handgun.
This bitch did it.
So, Melanie...
Am I going to be sad that I called her a bitch?
You don't know. I don't know either.
All right. Whatever.
We'll find out later.
I
together.
stand by it right now.
Yeah. But Melanie said that she had bought it for Bill since he actually had a felony from a bad driving record. And so he couldn't buy one himself.
Okay.
His
I was
bad-
like, that is a weird reason to buy a gun.
Right?
Before you finish that sentence.
No, he was like, I really want a gun and I have a felony though, so I can't have one. And she was like, I got you, baby. His driving record though is like really fucking weird. I guess he would speed all the time and stuff and he got a bunch of tickets for it and whatever. And then there was one ticket that he was gonna get like really in trouble for. And so the court date kept getting pushed back, and then Bill was like, hey, I got this brilliant idea. This has nothing to do with the story.
I'm for it. I am invested.
And Bill was like, I have this great idea. Hey, Melanie, why don't you fucking say that it was you driving so that I don't get in trouble? And, like, maybe the cop will just have forgotten that, like,
Oh.
that it wasn't you, that it was me.
Oh.
Right?
So it's like trying to lie.
Yeah. And so she was like, fucking great idea. Let's do that. And so then they tried to do that. And then they obviously got caught because the cop was like, it was a dude and his name was Bill or William, right?
I took his license and registration.
Yeah. And I was like, this is definitely not that lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was like fucking charges pressed against them for like,
Fucking perjury.
yeah, like lying on the stand and like fraud or whatever. And so,
Oh my God.
like, it was a whole big fucking
That's
thing.
a lot more work than just dealing with the shit you've already created for yourself.
Literally, yeah. It was a whole thing. And that was before they were ever married. And then they had stayed together. Like, this is fine.
Okay, so it's not that far-fetched that she would buy a gun for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So police at this point, though, only have this fucking circumstantial evidence, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, well, this is all fucking suspicious, but
It's pretty circumstantial. Like, it's almost hard evidence.
I mean,
It's almost physical evidence at this point.
almost physical, but it's not physical. And so
Like, you tried to remove the charges.
that's weird, but also I just didn't want you guys to be suspicious of me. I mean, it's a valid, non-valid reason. At any rate, they were like, I don't know, man. And so they get a warrant to fucking put tap on her phones, right?
Ooh, I like where this is going. I love it when they get sneaky.
Yeah.
Instead of just like going in and being like, fuck.
Yeah, no,
It's
they're
been
like,
a year.
right?
There's
No.
nothing here.
They're like, we're going to fucking catch this bitch in the act, right?
Oh, I love it.
And they get hundreds of hours of content.
That's got to be one of the toughest jobs ever to go through, though, depending on the
how
person.
boring. Depending on the person.
Yeah.
Mine would be horrible. My husband would be like, do you think these 3/4 screws are galvanized? And I'd be like, I don't know.
Does it say galvanized?
I'm just trying to get in the shower.
Shit, somebody's here.
But they're going through all that fucking shit, right? And the police also check out her Easy Pass again, and they find out that Melanie had driven through Delaware just a couple days before Bill's body was found.
Okay.
Now, if you're not familiar with that little pocket of land, from New Jersey, I guess you have to go through Delaware to get to the Chesapeake Bay.
Mm-hmm.
But Melanie was like, no, I was just there buying furniture because they don't have sales tax. And so that's why my fucking Easy Pass went through Delaware. And they were like, yeah, or you fucking continued on and dumped his body in the bay. And she was like, that's like hours out of my way. I would never do that.
Okay.
I was buying furniture.
Exactly. Did she actually buy furniture? Were there receipts?
I
questions.
don't have that information. I would assume not.
Yeah.
She was probably like, I did not find the correct baseball stitching that I wanted.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of putting you in the fucking days before his body was found.
Yeah, she dumped his ass.
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean,
well,
like literally.
literally. So the police go through Bill's car and they find a bottle of chloral hydrate, which
Okay.
is a sedative.
Say it ain't so.
And they find 2 syringes.
Oh my God.
And they trace this prescription and find out that it was picked up at a Walgreens just down the road from the kids' daycare on the morning that Bill went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fucking suspicious.
That is.
So they get the prescription and they find out that it was written by Dr. Bradley Miller.
Okay.
Now, Dr. Brad actually worked with Melanie at the fertility clinic.
She stole the prescription pad.
Bum, 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 bum.
Was anybody at the pharmacy like, what the fuck do you need this for?
I have
Like,
no idea.
why would you give that out to like a
Person?
everyday person?
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Like,
I have
that
no
seems
idea.
like you have to go to the hospital. Like, not a Walgreens. Like,
I
you gotta
mean-
go to the hospital pharmacy.
I mean, I didn't look up what it actually is. It just said, like, it's a sedative. So I don't know if
What it
it's,
does.
like, a normal sedative that they might prescribe for a normal thing. And,
Like, it's really just Benadryl.
yeah, or something. And, like, if you give it in a fucking 2 doses of syringes, though, it's, like, too much.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I can't even take 2 Benadryl. It's too much.
Right?
You could give me 2 Benadryl and do full surgery, and I would sleep through it.
So the cops go and they fucking talk to Brad, right? Dr. Brad. Mm-hmm. And they're like, tell us about fucking this shit right
Yeah.
here.
What's up with this, Brad?
Exhibit B. And he was like, first, that's not my signature. Second, that looks like Melanie's handwriting. Third, she may have access to my prescription pad because we work together.
Yeah.
And fourth, we're totally fucking.
Oh, bum, 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 bum. She's screwing her boss.
Well, I don't know if it's her boss, but a doctor at her practice.
Yeah,
She's
that
a
sounds-
nurse. I guess he's
sounds-
kind of her boss.
Yeah, I don't really know how that works.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So they're boning. Yeah.
Oh, no. The plot has just thickened.
Oh, it's going to get syrupy. So Melanie...
Syrupy?
Yeah, it's real thick.
It's going to be like molasses.
It's about to be molasses. So Melanie and Brad had been having an affair for like 2 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And when the police asked her why she didn't disclose this information, she was like, you didn't ask.
Oh, okay. Well, your husband's missing, and that seems pretty important.
Maybe your boyfriend
Yeah.
might be a person of interest.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So
She's suspicious. She's sure for sure.
she's for sure suspicious. Suspicious.
She is for sure suspicious.
For sure, 100%. So now police believe that they have enough circumstantial evidence involving Melanie with like the easy pass and the gun and the sedative and now a fucking motive.
Yeah.
Because you got a
And
boyfriend.
The goddamn pharmacy pad.
Yeah, that goddamn pharmacy pad.
Or prescription.
Yeah.
It's like RX.
Yeah. And so they arrest her on June 2nd, 2005, right after she drops her kids off at daycare.
Oh, that's nice. At least they got to daycare.
Yeah. But this is over a year later.
Yeah. How is it like a year after his body was found?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because it was only like a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a month.
And
Wow. That's crazy.
right?
Why does it take so long?
I don't know. Fucking bureaucracy. I don't know.
I like that word.
I do too. Okay, so she claims she's innocent the entire time.
But the cops are like, you look suspicious.
Exactly. The cops are like, no way, Jose. There's fucking too much shit against you, right?
Yeah.
Like, fucking, the writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
So they go to
Writing
trial.
is on the wall.
I always think of Charlie and his fucking murder board in the mailroom.
Yeah.
So they go to trial, and they didn't have a murder location, and they really had no concrete physical evidence pointing to Melanie. Mm-hmm. And so police fucking search the house. They tear the house apart to try and find, like...
Blood or something.
Yeah.
Like the murder scene.
A murder scene where she maybe dismembered him because he was dismembered.
Yeah.
They brought in luminol, and they didn't find anything.
Really? Okay.
There was almost nothing in the car. They
Okay.
did find pieces of human flesh belonging to Bill, which the prosecution referred to as, quote, human sawdust.
What?
So they said that these tiny little particles would have been created from, like, fucking sawing a person.
What the fuck?
And, like, it's essentially like human sawdust.
Was there a lot?
Two little bits.
Oh my God.
So
You have to like really process a car very well to find those two little bits.
I'm sure luminol would have been, like, right there.
For little sawdust bits?
I would assume. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But they also said that Melanie was super particular and smart, and that she could have for sure cleaned the house to appear as if there was no dismemberment there, right?
Okay.
Especially since she was a nurse, she would, like, totally know what to look for, right? And know how to get rid of fucking bodily fluids.
Okay. How do you do that? Like, can you do it in the bathtub and just like bleach it away?
I guess. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Waffle stomp that shit down the drain.
Yeah, waffle stomp it.
I don't know. But maybe this little fucking human sawdust thing was on the bottom of her shoe, and she forgot to fucking wipe those bad boys off when she got into the car to move it to Atlantic City, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
So the police painted the picture of Melanie wanting to start a new life with Dr. Brad.
Okay.
So she drugged Bill and then shot him twice with her brand new gun, and then planted his car at the casino to make everybody think he was still alive. And then she packed his body up in the suitcases and dumped them in the Chesapeake Bay.
Okay, wait, but didn't you say that her car, like, it went through the toll roads to the casino?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the same night that this would have happened? Like, she planted his car?
Yeah, I believe so.
So then would that be, like, maybe her boyfriend helping her?
We'll talk about that
Okay.
in a minute.
Okay.
So, about the suitcases.
Okay. Tell me about the suitcases.
So, inside the suitcases, we kind of talked about it a little bit, that they had some trash bags in there, right?
Yeah. What was in those bags?
Well, it was other parts of the body. But,
Okay.
like, the trash bags, the prosecution was like, fucking, she has these type of bags at her house.
Hefty.
They were hefty bags. She has them at her house. Like, this is fucking Exhibit C now.
Yeah.
Like, this is all fucking coming together. You can't get out of this, right?
Yeah.
So despite not having any physical evidence to link her to the case, Melanie was found guilty, and she was sentenced to life in prison in April of 2007.
Wow. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I kind of believe she did it.
Okay.
Okay.
In current events,
Okay.
there is a relatively new to me podcast called Direct Appeal. And it's two criminology professors who do a fucking deep dive into this entire case.
Ooh.
And I haven't finished it yet, so I can't really speak on what they say, but they are hinting at maybe possibly she's innocent.
Okay.
So I'll give you a couple points because I fucking recommend it. So far, I am in love with it, but I haven't heard the whole thing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they go super in depth.
Mm-hmm.
So they're raising some pretty interesting questions, right? Like, fucking the thing about the gun. Apparently, when the bullet comes out of the rifling of the fucking gun, the rifling actually leaves little marks on the bullet so that they can determine what brand or whatever of the gun it shot from. Like, it's intended to do that.
It's like the barrel fingerprint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Melanie's gun, according to the manufacturer's website, was supposed to leave 5 little identifiable marks on the bullets, but the bullets that were taken out of Bill had 6 little marks on it.
Okay.
But the police were like, that's an oversight in the manufacturer's website, and that's incorrect information, and it's not worth looking into any further, right?
Alrighty. Do they have the actual gun to be able to shoot a bullet and test?
I don't know.
Huh.
Okay. Maybe they tell you in that podcast, this other podcast that does way more research than I do.
That's way better than us.
Yeah. And they're also kind of funny, too.
Ooh, I'm going to have to check this shit out.
Hey, everybody else, just go listen to this other podcast.
Yeah, fuck us. Get out of here.
So another suspicious thing about fucking Melanie bringing Bill's car to the casino, like you were talking about, is that she would need an accomplice to pull that off, right? She would need somebody to fucking drive her car up or his car up or whatever to, like, get a ride back, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess there are a few people that believe that Melanie's stepdad could have been that accomplice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, they were, I guess, tight. But he and Melanie's mom were both, like, extensively questioned, and they had their house searched and everything, and they were considered not to be involved at all.
What would they find in their house?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But...
Because anybody could be like, yeah, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I guess Dr. Brad was also questioned a bunch, and police were like, yeah, I don't think he had anything to do with it either. And he actually testified against Melanie in the trial, which everyone's like, see, so like he couldn't have been in on it. And I'm like, no, that's exactly what I would do if I was in on it. I'd testify against you.
Yeah. Also, yeah. It's the one thing I would do.
Yeah.
Also, where would her kids be while she's doing all this? Driving around.
I guess at daycare?
Can you get there and back in time? And like, did she have a job? Was she missing from her job?
She had a job. I don't think that she was missing from her job, but I don't actually know that. And I want to say that the drive is like 5 hours, maybe.
Yeah, that's like a big chunk of
4
your
or 5
day.
hours. Yeah. So I don't think you could do, like, maybe you could do that in like one day if you were speeding.
You definitely could, but then like somebody watched her kids during that time. Or
I
were
would
the kids
think.
with her?
Oh, God, I would hope not. That would
But then I
suck.
feel like you could just ask the kids. Like,
Yeah.
have you been on a road trip?
Yeah, one of them was 8. He'd be like, yeah, and then we'd put all Mom's new suitcases in the river.
Yeah,
In the bay.
I was bored as shit. My crayons melted.
Yeah. My God, they always melt back there. So they were also pretty suspicious on where the dismemberment took place, right?
Yeah.
I guess the cops tore apart the walls in the house. They took out piping and they pulled up floorboards, but they didn't find any blood or anything in the home.
Yeah.
And so if she had done it in the bathtub, like, yeah, you could be really good at cleaning, but you're not going to be able to clean the inside of a fucking pipe or like inside a wall or under
Yeah, but
floorboards.
like, doesn't the water run down the pipe and clean the pipe itself?
Yeah, but I don't think that water will wash away like fucking blood DNA from like luminol or whatever.
Yeah, but if you're dumping bleach in it,
I mean, maybe.
like bleach all over your
I feel
tub
like you
to
gotta
clean
scrub that shit. I don't know. They were like, nah, it'd be really hard to get nothing. To get nothing?
Hadn't it been a year
No.
when they searched her house?
They searched, I don't know when they did it, but I assume that they searched her house much.
With like luminol and shit?
When
'Cause
they tore it apart and stuff, it was probably, yeah, like a year later.
Yeah, I feel like you could get rid of biodegradable evidence by then.
I don't know.
Maybe she's got some crime scene side homie.
Maybe.
Like, you know, crime
like
scene.
a crime scene cleanup.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I forgot the keywords in that description.
So I guess there were also searches on Melanie's computer that were, quote, how to purchase guns illegally, quote,
Okay.
how to commit murder, quote, undetectable poisons, and others that were basically just like fucking how to kill a person, right?
Okay. But are they going to be like, but how do we know if it was her or Bill? Well, Bill's the one dead.
But also, Melanie's a nurse, so she would have access to literally what your husband does. Just
Yeah.
fucking look up doctor books and shit to be able to just tell her that information without an internet search.
Yeah, but
without
it's not like
history.
there's a document that says, like, this is how you
How
kill
to
somebody.
kill a person,
yeah.
step 1.
Yeah. It'll be like, give me a case study on somebody with fucking asthma who also had alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency.
First of all, I hope you made that up.
That's actually what my dad had.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's why it was so easy to, like, yell it out.
No big deal. But she fucking graduated second in her nursing class. Like, she wasn't dumb.
Yeah, but I feel like you can be book smart and not common sense smart.
Maybe.
And she doesn't seem very common sense smart because she's just banging all these dudes in their own homes with their roomies. Just saying.
Just saying. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing that she didn't do it. I have to listen to the rest of this podcast to tell you why she didn't do it, but
You have a hard time believing she didn't do it or she did
yeah.
do it?
I have a hard time believing that she didn't do
Oh,
it.
yeah. Okay, I was like, oh, God, you're taking my role.
Oh, no. I have a
I'm
hard
feeling
time.
your pain for once.
You're like, oh, no, she fucking did. I have a hard time believing that she didn't do it. I do think that a lot of the evidence is circumstantial.
Yeah, like I get they're putting up very valid arguments.
Yeah, they're putting up valid arguments, but also they're criminology professors. So I don't know if they're taking the stance of like, but in court you couldn't convict. Whereas I'm taking the stance of like,
Logically speaking, she
but
did
like
it.
in life I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
They also bring up that the trash bag thing, how the prosecution was like, I did all these tests and these are totally her trash bags.
Yeah, like could they tell it had been torn from the same roll or something?
These two professor ladies are saying that they would have had to do like a ton of more testing that this guy didn't do in order to definitively determine that. Like he did enough testing to kind of narrow it down to like, yeah, it's probably one of like these types of bags, but also you can't tell that they're the exact same ones as she had or like came from her fucking roll or whatever.
Yeah.
At
Could
any
have
rate,
been like, I mean, if it's like fucking hefty, like everybody has that goddamn brand.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Did you also shop at Costco?
Exactly, yeah. Oh, do you have the Costco brand?
Yeah, you and everyone else. So, I don't know. I think a lot of it points to her, obviously. I think that if I was on a jury, I'd be like, yeah, you're looking pretty fucking suspicious here, Melanie. I think you took a lot of wrong steps, but I'm really excited to listen to the rest of this other
I wanna
podcast that tells me why she didn't do it. So, direct appeal. I'll send you a link.
I'll check that out.
I don't know them, and we're not sponsored, and they're probably going to be upset that they are now affiliated in this.
I think any podcast that actually agrees to do a promo swap with us later regrets it.
Probably. That's
Like,
fair.
I have to tag goddamn on something.
Right?
And they're like, am I going to hell?
Yeah.
And we're like, no.
No, probably not. I mean,
Not for
maybe.
that.
I don't know. But
Not
it
for
just
that.
came out like last year / this year. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. But right now, in this moment in my life, I think Melanie did it.
I agree. 100%. Like 100%. I have a couple of questions, but I
Okay.
feel like we can get to the bottom of those. I mean,
Okay.
I've already asked them. Like, what happened to her kids? Where were her kids? But if she was
Yeah.
so tight with her stepdad, I'm sure maybe they watched them.
Yeah, I
Or
think the
something.
mom and stepdad watched the kids a lot, but I don't know if it would have been weird. Like, yeah, and then she asked me to watch them for like 8 hours on a Monday when she should have been at work. I guess she'd be at daycare.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like pick them up from daycare
Yeah.
because she had to work late or something. Okay, but wait. So this is super judgmental for me to say, but we all know I am. You know how like you could watch a video or an interview of somebody and then you can just kind of tell what kind of person they are? Like, oh, she's lying. Or she for sure is not a trustworthy person. Like when they're like twitching a lot or something.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
guess
just like, I don't know. So I like want to see them in
well,
actually
first,
being interviewed.
she's beautiful, which I think sways a lot of jury
Yeah.
or jurors.
Oh, she, Melanie?
Melanie. Yeah, she's really pretty, or at least she was. I don't know about now. She's been in prison for like 30 years. Not that long. Yeah, it has. No, it's not
That's
that
why
long.
she was boning everybody.
Right? Yeah. But she was also, it was on 2020. I didn't watch it. I don't
Oh my God,
do
we just did
research.
2 back-to-back 2020s. Everybody's going to be like, I've heard these.
I know, probably.
Whatever.
Sorry, guys.
I haven't heard it, so I loved it.
Listen, I literally searched for dismembered suitcase. That's how I found this case.
Ooh, I like your style.
I was like, I want to do a case where somebody put somebody dismembered in a suitcase. And then I found this one and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm
so many
in
twists
this
and
rabbit hole now.
turns.
And then these other people were like, I don't think she did it. And I was like, hold the fuck on.
I need more days to research.
Yeah, and I need more days to research, but then I was like, I really want to record tonight. So I tried to fucking crank out a bunch of episodes of theirs to listen to what they might have. And that was a couple points that I gave you. But
I loved it.
yeah.
Very detailed.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent research.
My hat's off to
So-
myself.
Okay, yeah, my hat's off also. Oh my God, speaking of, we didn't wear our beanies or the sweater you're supposed to make me.
First of all, no one bothered me about the sweater. Therefore, you don't have a sweater.
I'm gonna bother you about the sweater.
Second, it's too hot in this
today-
shed right now.
It's actually very cold outside, but for some reason the shed is hot.
Yeah, the shed is really hot right now. That's why I have my substitute teacher arms out.
I love them. I'm for them.
Thank you. I gotta fucking work on them. Shape them into ovals.
You need a typo.
I know.
Get Billy Blanks on your ass.
I know. Billy Blanks has fucking shipped me into shape.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, you need to.
someday, guys.
All right, well, listen. That was a goddamn doozy.
Thank you. I don't know. It took me on a fucking trip.
Me too, and now it makes me want to, like, Google weird things for our next episode before I get braces. I'm so nervous. Oh, shit.
I'll
What have
try
I
and
done?
research mine too so we can crank out two so that you have an extra week of like not being able to talk or like trying to work through that lisp.
All right, guys, listen. If it doesn't happen, because Aaron always says this, and then
always
it
say
never happens.
Not once.
So, not even once.
I think it used to back when it was me editing and I was like, fuck, I really should.
Not even once. So just bear with me if I sound really, 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 really bad.
You're going to sound fine. It's going to be fine. You're going to
Okay.
be beautiful.
I'm nervous.
You're going to have
Thanks.
beautiful
You're doing a really good job.
sparkly things. They have sparkle fucking bands.
The lady was talking about glow in the dark ones, and I was like, dude, I need those.
Oh, yeah, you do.
But I think I'm gonna go fucking rainbow.
I think you should, but you get to change them like every fucking time you visit. So
Yeah, how often do you visit?
depends how fucking fast they're cranking your teeth.
Okay, well, we will figure that out.
It was like 3 months or 6 months or something, so you'll change them a few times. Probably.
Okay. Well,
Bye, everybody. Oh,
I guess we should do like other stuff. Where are we? Are we still recording?
anyway, if you want to see pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com and you will find some there. You can see that she's pretty. You can see her fucking Kenneth Cole bags. You can, just check out fucking
Shit.
the sites
Yeah.
on our website, which also include links to our merch and our Patreon. And go support us. We're fucking all right. And
Patreon has 2 tiers.
Patreon
$1
has 2 tiers.
or $10.
Yep.
There's no in between. There actually totally is. You can do whatever you want. But
You can put whatever you want.
if you pay $1, you get all of our like extra episodes you get 1 extra episode a month. I'm like, I don't even remember what we do.
We get 1 extra episode a month, and now there's like 20 something on there. So for
Yeah.
$1, you get all of those, or for $10, you get behind the scenes video of all of the ones that we've done so far.
I don't even know how many are on there. It's just every time we record, we just take a video also, and you get
Yeah.
that. So, and then you also get access to all the audio.
And if you want to join us on social media, we are at ISGD Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Come join the Facebook group, the goddamn. What is it called?
Yeah, the goddamn pod group.
There
But
you
your
go.
feet were farting while you were shaking them.
The goddamn pod group. It's fun. It's a good time, and you should do that. Also, you can snail mail us at P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California 91979. If you send us spiders, I will haunt you if I die.
I brought that box out to my son
Oh my
because
God.
he loves spiders.
Oh my God.
And it scared the shit out of him, and I thought it was so funny. And then I did it to my mom.
What? That's so mean. Did she hit you?
Yes.
I
she
knew
did.
it.
I feel like we should do it to my aunt.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it out. We'll do it to fucking Drew, too. He'll love it. He'll be like, rings? How many do you have in here?
Oh my God, that's my favorite thing ever. Okay.
Okay, so what else is there?
I think covered all the bases. Oh, subscribe, rate, and review, please.
Do that. Leave us nice things. Say nice things.
Stroke our egos some more.
Yeah. And
That's it.
bye.
Bye.